this week's video. I hope you are all doing very, very well this week. Have you had a lovely week? Did you have a lovely Easter break? Did you have some time off work? I hope whatever you did have a bit of a relax at some point and have a lovely time. I have been quite busy this week, but this week's video is predominantly all about Nancy. Lots going on with Nancy this week. She is in pretty good spirits. We've been to the dentist, we've had her teeth sorted out, she's had a new appliance at home, we've done a bit of sorting out, taken her shopping, out for lunch. So very, very much about Nancy this week. Also celebrated my daughter Grace's 20th birthday this week. That was lovely. We've had a wonderful meal out in a pretty local pub to us actually, called the Whittington Arms. It's absolutely fabulous. A little bit expensive, but doesn't matter. It was Grace's birthday, but the food was superb for everybody. Everybody really enjoyed it, and it's so nice, isn't it, when you come away from a restaurant and everybody says, that was lovely, that was delicious, and everybody enjoyed everything they had and everything we did. It's absolutely super. I've also made a couple of purchases this week that I'm going to show you. The first one has only just arrived. I need to open it, but do you recall I've been having a few issues with a Kentia palm plant, indoor plant in my house, and I bought one from a company called Beards and Daisies that I've used hundreds of times, and I love all of their plants. Love them, and they're normally really easy to look after, even for me. And I bought a Kentia palm not long after I first moved into this house. We're talking 4 years ago, and for the first couple of years it was great. It was absolutely gorgeous. This might be a coincidence, but as soon as we bought Mila Cat, this plant wasn't very happy. Now, Mila did attack it a few times, and we've stopped her doing that. She's been told off, and she knows she's not to go by this plant. It is a pet-friendly plant, but it just wasn't very healthy. And she kept pulling on it and playing with it and ripping it down. Anyway, she stopped doing that, but at this point, the plant was pretty dead. But when I took it out of its pot, I realised that it was waterlogged as well, and you may recall I did a bit of a video on that. So I did invest in another one, and I thought, I know exactly how to look after it, I know exactly what to do, and we don't want it to be mired. She's ignored it, she's been fine, and I've done exactly what it says on the tin, and I have been put in exactly the same position with this plant, and it has just died on me. Not happy at all. So I don't know what's happened, really, to be honest with you. I definitely haven't overwatered it. I definitely haven't underwatered it. It is in a corner in the hall. I don't know whether it's had enough light. I'm not sure. But anyway, I have decided it's not worth investing in another one, because I think it was about £90, which is quite expensive, isn't it? So I've decided, because I really do like a plant in that corner of the hall, and it's quite a lovely feature. So I thought, you know what, I'll do some research and I'll go for a fake one, but a nice fake one. And again, I started by looking at Beards and Daisies, but their really nice fake one was about £150. I thought, no, even though it's going to work out cheaper in the long run, that's still too much. So I went on to Amazon. I found this one. I'll link the description down below for you. I think the company is called Crossophamy or something like that. Anyway, it's down below for you. And I haven't opened it yet, but this should be, oh, it's heavy. Hang on, that's really, it's still attached in the box. Comes in a pot. Here are the stems. It should be 6 foot tall in the end. So here are the leaves. Quite impressed so far. And you just insert these stems into these. I think there's some shorter ones that go in the shorter ones and some long ones. And then you sort of fan it all out to your liking. But actually, that's really realistic. I think it was about £50. I'm not sure, I might be wrong about that. Certainly no more than that. And if that's going to last me forever, I'm super impressed with that. And it's very green. And actually, once it's in the hall and in its pot, it's going to look really real. I am really impressed with that. I thought, you know, sometimes you see fake plants and you think, they're all right. but they look too fake. This doesn't. This looks very, very realistic. So I'm going to put that together a bit later. And hopefully that resolves the problem. I don't have to water it, don't have to feed it, don't have to do anything with it. Well, dust it, probably, and that's about it. So anyway, let's get into this week's video. As I say, it's predominantly all about Nancy, but I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, and I'm just walking round to Mother, aka Nancy's house, because she's having a new tumble dryer today, and I've got to obviously assist with that coming and being put into place, check it's all working for her. And where the other one is a bit complicated to get to, and it's raised up high, so it's kind of at her eye level, if you like. So I'm hoping that when they put it in, they lift it into place as well, so that I don't have to do it. We have paid for the other one to be taken away and recycled. It's a beautiful morning, absolutely glorious. It really does feel like spring is here. It's beautiful. So I'm just going around the corner, because Nancy's house is only around the corner from me, and let's see if she's up and about, and we'll get this new appliance sorted for her, which is going to make life much easier. And she'd been using the old tumble dryer with a broken door and hadn't told me, so the door was open while the tumble dryer was on, so the area, a little utility area, was just full of dust and lint. So I've had quite a bit of cleaning to do as well. Anyway, we're here now. Let's see if she's up. This is from yesterday, because we've got no tumble dryer, obviously. Oh, telly's on. Hello? Just makes it on low. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm filming you for YouTube.
Oh, lovely.
Good morning. You're beautiful. You've had your breakfast. You okay?
Yes, I'm good.
Good. Here is where the old one is. So that's going to go. You see, it's all in this little cupboard. Washing machine, tumble dryer, which is then vented out of this porch outside. So I need to make sure that they leave this venting hose in. We'll just take it out the back of this machine and get this out. Yes. Look at this. If I'd known grandchildren were so much fun, I'd have had them first. Thanks, Mother. Charming. Mother, do you think you need to buy some sellotape?
Yes, definitely.
Do you? We're just having a little sort out of the drawers.
And a few other things as well.
Right, okay. We'll put it on the list, shall we?
Top of the list.
Top of the list. A new one is here. I just need to sort out the vent at the back. Comes. Come and have a look. Can you open the door all the way? Mum?
Oh, gosh. Perfect, darling. Absolutely lovely.
So we're all clean. And now you got your new... Oh, there's something outside. I forgot about that. Your new machine. It's working well. You've got your washing powder there, so you can reach it better than it being on the floor.
Yeah.
There's your washing machine.
It needed it. It hadn't been done for 3 years.
Oh, I know.
That's good. Wonderful.
You've got your little flowers there.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Super. Right. Seg. I've lost my M, look. There's my M. Actually, this kettle is brilliant, has been brilliant, but it is 4 years old and I've had this kettle longer than I've had any other kettle ever. So it's done really well. I sometimes get through kettles every couple of years because it's on so much. I do keep it clean. The lid's playing up as well, but it is getting quite rusty on the top. So I'm going to treat myself to a new one. I'm going to pick it up this afternoon from John Lewis because they do the cheapest versions of these that you can buy on the market. And that's been delivered into my local Waitrose this afternoon. So we've got to go shopping. So I shall be able to pick up my new kettle. Brilliant. That's better. I just need to boil it up a couple of times before I use it. But nice and new, and I think working fine. Sounds like it. Nice cup of green tea in that lovely, clean, filtered water. Delicious. My son Adam is home for a bit of an Easter break from university, and Adam is vegetarian, so tonight I'm going to make a vegetarian chilli, but it's a very, very quick and simple one. And I was watching a video with a lady a couple of weeks ago on YouTube who was using quite a lot of microwave rice, which I do use for convenience from time to time. And she was saying the reason she uses it is she doesn't know how to make the perfect rice. Now, if I'm making proper normal rice, I use basmati rice. And the simplest way to make the perfect rice is if you are feeding 2 to 3 people, you want a mug, a standard sort of coffee mug sized, full of rice into your saucepan, and however much rice you use, you always use double the amount of water. So if you're feeding 2 to 3 people, you want 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of cold water, quite a bit of salt into your saucepan, boil it up until all the water has gone. Once all the water has gone, put a lid on and turn the heat off and leave it to sit for 25 minutes. It won't go cold with the lid on, and after 25 minutes you'll have the perfect rice. So that's how I do basmati rice. The chilli that I'm going to make is very simple. So you need an onion, and I use this corn mince, which is one of Adam's favourites, so that's the meat substitute. Then I put in a tin of chopped tomatoes, and a tin of red kidney beans in chilli sauce, and I also put a little bit of extra chilli in as well because Adam does like it really quite spicy. Sometimes I put other vegetables in, peppers, sometimes carrots, but I am actually out of all the other vegetables now because we had a curry the other night which was lovely, and I put all the vegetables in that and put it all in a pan for about half an hour. You need to leave your rice. I've already done my rice, so that's now being left for the next 25 minutes while I make the chilli. And that is a very simple vegetarian chilli that Adam absolutely loves when he comes home. So that's what I'm going to make now. Wednesday was a very special day for us because it was my daughter Grace's 20th birthday, and we went to a local pub called the Whittington Arms and we had a beautiful meal. There was Nancy, myself, Grace, Adam, Grace's boyfriend Tom, and of course the invisible chef. We had a really, really lovely time and Grace had a lovely day. Are you happy you've had your tooth done? Yes. Better, isn't it? Yeah, much better. Clever, isn't it, the way they've done it? Actually, I've made it with acrylic or something. So now I've finished all my jobs and things to do with Nancy, it was time to sort my own house out as well. So I've just done a little bit of shopping, came home, sorted that out and tidied up the kitchen, made a meal for Grace and her boyfriend Tom, who are both working late. It's really nice to have these light evenings actually. It's making the days feel so much longer and I'm feeling more productive, and it just feels like I've still got loads of day left. But actually this was filmed at about 6:30 at night. But after I cleaned the kitchen, I made a meal for them that they will have later on tonight because they're both working a late shift. So there's something for them to just heat up when they come home. And all the day's work is finally done. So here's my poor old Kentia palm plant that has not liked it one bit in this corner of the house, and I've done my best with it, but it's just not happening. So I have decided to buy a faux palm tree plant off Amazon. I will link the description and the price and everything you'll need to know for this in the description box down below. Very simple to put together. Some shorter leaves first, followed by the longer leaves, and then you just fan them out and position them to your liking. And I think in the end this has worked out really well. What I really love about them is how realistic they feel and look. I am super impressed with these. Having a moment on the bed, and well, it's a bit to fill you in on actually. First of all, health update. So last week I was really struggling with sciatica in my leg and a problem with my left ankle. Thank you for your lovely comments of, well, support really, and some of you experience the same sort of things, I know, and they are very painful. And they knock you about a bit as well. So a little bit of an update there, a little bit better. I've had a few days and nights that have been horrid, to the point where I think there was 3 nights where I took 3 codeine over the course of the duration of my night's sleep. So about every 3 or 4 hours I was waking in excruciating pain, took a codeine, was able to get back to sleep, and then it'd happen again. And then most nights I've had 2, and last night was the first night I only had 1 before I went to bed, and it didn't disturb me all night. So sciatica pain still there, but much improved. Lower back pain, a little bit niggly, but okay. Pain in my left ankle still there, but much better. So there's a definite improvement overall, is basically the answer. So I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. So I'm not sure what the left foot thing is. A few of you have suggested what it might be, and it could very well be. But I'm just going to see how that goes, because there is a little bit of improvement, and I'm not sure whether I just walked funny and bruised it somehow. I'm not 100% sure. But the sciatica pain, whilst there, is definitely improving. I have also had my blood test results from week last Thursday, whenever it was I went for bloods again. They were going to look at my vitamin B12 and a couple of other things because of the fatigue that I get. I do often have very low iron, but I'd had some blood tests done 2 or 3 weeks before that covered my full blood count and my iron. And although my iron was on the low side, I already take iron tablets. I was taking ferrous fumarate. So they basically said, there's nothing really there, so we'll do you a blood test for your vitamin B12. Anyway, that's come back normal. But my iron came back so low, I'm anemic. That explains a lot. Why I'm anemic whilst on iron tablets is another matter. So they've switched me to ferrous sulfate instead of ferrous fumarate. My understanding of that is that there's not a lot of difference between the 2 tablets, apart from the level of iron that's in them. I think one has something like 60 milligrams and the other has 90 over the 200 milligram tablet, if that makes sense. So I presumed they'd put me on a higher one because I was taking 2 ferrous fumarate a day, and this one they've prescribed me as 1 ferrous sulfate a day. But when I've Googled the amount of iron in ferrous sulfate, that's lower than ferrous fumarate. So why am I on a lower iron supplement when my iron was really low stroke anemic whilst on ferrous fumarate? I'm a little bit confused. So I've started the tablets, but because of the well, basically because I've been so busy and at work and one thing and another, I haven't had time to ring the doctor to question the dosage. So I do need to do that, but I'm actually feeling quite good. If any of you know anything about those 2 different iron tablets and I've got that wrong, please do let me know. But that's what I've read up on it. So I am a little bit confused. But it could just be something simple like whatever else is in the ferrous sulfate tablet is going to suit me or suits anemia better than ferrous fumarate. I'm rambling slightly, aren't I? But anyway, that's what's happened. But I will question the dosage and everything going forward. Perhaps this week I'll make a call and see what's what. But anyway, that was the result of the blood tests. So that could explain a lot. And I do have bouts of low iron. It's just me. It's just the way things go. But hopefully when this dosage settles or is altered or I'm on the right dosage, that bit of fatigue, certainly that early evening fatigue, might improve a little bit. As you saw, Nancy's doing very well. She's very pleased. She's had her broken teeth fixed at the front. That was a bit of a palaver, but we got there in the end. And lovely time we had for Grace's birthday. That was absolutely fabulous. Loved every minute of it. And all in all, it has been a very busy, but a very nice week. And as you can see, looking after Nancy, aka Mum, is a pleasure. Don't get me wrong, it's a pleasure. But it's very hard work, obviously and naturally. It's very hard work, sometimes physically, definitely hard work emotionally and mentally. And as you know, I work as well and run a household of my own. So, you know, it's a busy old time, and it's a busy time for people who are carers or are in a similar situation to me. And I heard something on the news today where there's going to be a new legislation that people who care for a family member, like myself, are going to be eligible for their employers to give them 5 working days extra holiday a year, but it's unpaid. Not quite sure what to make of that. I need to look into this new legislation. I have, or rather Nancy has recently applied for attendance allowance. Oh boy, was that a lot of red tape. A lot of red tape, a lot of forms to fill in. We've done that, sent all the necessary paperwork off, and that was over a month ago and we've heard nothing. And attendance allowance isn't really that much either. But she should be eligible for it, so why shouldn't we apply for it? Which we have, but as I say, we've heard nothing yet. But if she does get that, she'll then have an exemption of council tax as well. So that's something, and that's simply on the diagnosis of Alzheimer's, dementia. And so we've got to wait and see what happens there. But the legislation is 5 unpaid extra holiday days a year. Now, if you are someone unlike me who is really struggling on a part-time wage whilst caring for someone and may also be getting attendance allowance, which isn't very much, are they going to want to take 5 unpaid holiday days off work? I don't think they're going to be able to afford it. I don't know whether I'd be able to afford it. It's a bit of a strange one. And I really don't think there is much help or support, certainly not financially, in the workplace, in this country generally, for people who are carers, unpaid carers, the carers that are unseen, if you like, that do the sort of thing that I do and will do the sort of thing I do for somebody that is far less mobile and able than my mother, that must be causing a terrible strain on their lives and their income. Something to think about, isn't it? Something to think about. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd much prefer to be working full-time on a full-time wage from a financial point of view, but I don't prefer doing that because I'm getting quality time with Mum and she needs me, and I wouldn't miss this time in her life for the world. and we need to think about what we're going to do for her birthday. It's not till June, but she will be 94, and I think we should do something. I don't think she's up to going away this year. I really don't think we're going to get her away, but we might be able to think of something special to do for her. I've got a party I'm going to next month, which I'm quite excited about. I only found out about it yesterday. A friend of a friend is having their 50th, and we've been invited, and it's fancy dress. I have not been to a fancy dress party in years, and I cannot wait. So I've got to go searching for fancy dress soon. But Paul is also coming. It's actually his friend, and we might go as a famous couple. The theme is famous people or celebrities or whatever. It's famous people basically. So we might see if we can go as a famous couple, but I'm not sure what that will be yet. But trust me, when we go looking for outfits, you will be coming with us, and that's going to be quite a hoot, I'm sure. Anyway, I hope that all things have been good with you this week and you have had an excellent week. More shenanigans coming up for me and Nancy, no doubt, this week, and I hope you have enjoyed this week's video, and if you have, please like and subscribe if you haven't done already, and I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday. But until then, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.